Yes, sir. You can go ahead, sir.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Dr. Prateek, and I work as an assistant professor of English at SRM University. I received a PhD in theatre studies from the University of Queensland, Australia, in collaboration with Humboldt University, Berlin, and the University of Oxford, England. I received an MPhil in English studies from Jawaharlal Nehru University. I am a former Fulbrighter at Yale University, US, and I have received a master's in English from Hindu College, University of Delhi. So let me start by saying, because of COVID-19, everybody has to be online. So I understand some of you are screen shy and screen fatigued, and still you took time to come to this webinar. So thank you for being here. I'm here with my 4 co-participants, and they are SRM students. I have chosen students from all 3 years, first year, second year, third year. By bringing them here, I wanted to show you live how we function at SRM. This means that unlike a conventional webinar where the professor speaks for 30 minutes and then opens the session for Q&A, this webinar will be a little different because it is a reflection of what happens in our classrooms at SRM AP. Our classrooms are active breathing spaces where we brainstorm together, where we create together, where we discuss together, and where we generate knowledge together. We have moved away from the traditional practice of teaching, where a professor is the sage on the stage and the student is just a passive consumer doing nothing except listening to the professor or to the professor's book. You would have remembered those ancient dinosaur era books of professors whom they carry and whom they claim that these books have all the knowledge of the world. Here at SRM, education is student centric, and students are taught to be independent and self-reliant, and we infuse this power in them through the mantra of active learning. So let me show you my second slide, and this is, I'm giving you a brief outline of the presentation. That is by telling you, first of all, why active learning, and second is how to impart active learning at SRM. I intend to answer both these questions in this webinar, and in the process of doing it, I will be able to attend to the primary objective of this webinar, that is why study literature at SRM AP. So what I will do, as stated before, I will engage with the first question, why active learning at SRM AP? Based on the science of learning, researchers all over the world have come down to one conclusion. That is, if you want to increase the lifespan of learning, then you have to participate in active learning. Bookish learning is a thing of the past, as it failed to offer us the promised land. For example, most of us in India start learning English from the first class, if not before. Still, many of us can't speak in English. Many of us do not know how to read it. Many of us do not know how to write it. Why? Whom should we blame? Students blame the teachers blame the system, parents blame the students, and this game of passing the buck continues. Active learning attends to these problems by inculcating, first, critical thinking skills, second, improving retention of knowledge within the students, allowing implementation or application of knowledge in real life scenarios, and recognizing a peer as a fountain or a source of knowledge. So these are some of the advantages of active learning. And that is why at SRM, we are not following, we are not chasing bookish knowledge. What we are chasing active learning, or we are inculcating active learning in our students. That is what we are doing. So how do we impart? How do we inculcate? How do we do it? How do we employ active learning at SRM? So what I will do now, I will discuss 4 ways of doing it. First, I will start with the course structure, how we have designed the course structure at SRM so that we can keep our students active. And then I will go to minor courses, and then I will come to some other things like clubs and events and how they are activating the students. So let me start with the course structure itself. So these are some of the courses which we plan to teach here at SRM next semester. So first course is world literature, screenwriting, popular literature, creative writing, modern Indian theatre, and literature in other mediums. Now you can see a sheer look can give you a little bit of an idea what kind of a courses are these. Okay, some of these courses are completely academic, but some of these courses are not only academic, but they are also professional, which means if you end up doing these courses, your stocks will go up in the job market. You will immediately find a job. For example, if you end up doing a creative writing course, you can become a blogger. You can write your own novel. You can write your own short story. You can apply for a job of a content writer. That is what you can do if you end up doing a creative writing course. In the same way, if you end up doing courses like screenwriting and modern Indian theater, you can apply for a job in media industry like film studies, film industry, or you can apply for a job in theater industry. That is what you can do. So you can see that these courses are not academic, but they are more than academic. Okay, now having said that, let me compare one course so that you understand the difference between how the structure at SRM, as far as the course structure at SRM is concerned, it is different from other universities. Now, let's take an example of this course, which I taught last semester. This course is called World Literature, and we have some students here who were a part of this course last semester. Okay, so in traditional universities, you will find that this course World Literature is divided into 5 units: Greek literature, British literature, American literature, French literature, and German literature. While at SRM, what we ended up doing, rather than dividing it in this way, we have divided it on the basis of the continents. So we have engaged with 5 continents. Now the question arises how this division which we are following at SRM is different from the other division which other traditional universities are following. See, if you really look at the first division, that is the traditional division, it is extremely Eurocentric, which means it is European centric. Okay, Greece, France, Germany, Britain, all of them are Europe. Okay, while what you will see here at SRM, not only we are engaging with these European literary traditions, but we are also giving a voice to traditions that are there in Africa, that are there in India, that are there in Australia. So we do not follow sidelining approach. That is, we do not sideline one culture over the other. So we do not discriminate in that sense of the term. And in this way, what we offer to the students, we offer a larger panorama to students so that they have an option to decide which literature they would like to stick with. So in the future, if they are planning to be creative writers, they have an option to decide whether they would like to follow the footsteps of Australian writers, whether they would like to follow the footsteps of African writers, whether they would like to follow the footsteps of Indian writers, rather than what is happening in other universities where they are forced to follow only one set of notions or values which are coming from Europe. So we are not doing anything of that sort. We are challenging colonial mentality. We are challenging colonial hangover, where everything from the West is better, and we are activating the students by asking them to immerse in their own culture and literary traditions. For example, we have a section on India, and students are getting a chance to engage with their own indigenous literary traditions. So you can see the difference here. Now let me come to the next slide, and this slide is on some of the minor courses in English. So we also do minor courses for other departments. So we have major is for students who have decided to do their English honors in English. And then we also offer minor courses from students from sciences or from slabs. Okay, so for example, let's say there is a student in computer science, he would like to do a minor course. So what he needs to do, he needs to earn 20 credits, okay, from the English department. And in the course of earning these 20 credits, he has to do few courses. Okay, and this student has an option to decide whether he would like to do a general minor in English, or he would like to do a minor in writing. For example, he wants to focus on only on creative writing, so we can give him that or her that option. Okay, or he would like to do a minor in literature. For example, let's say he would like to do only courses in world literature or courses similar to that. popular fiction, things like that. Okay, so we provide a lot of options. Okay, so we are flexible as far as our approach to teaching minor is concerned. And let me also tell one thing, all the options which students in major get, that is, they get a chance to be a content writer, they get a chance to apply for a job in film industry or theater industry, the same options are there for minor students. So there is nothing like, okay, only major students can apply, minor students can't apply. No, these options are open for all of them. Okay, so why do minor? That is the first question I would like to answer. Okay, because see, what happens in minor is students from different disciplines, for example, computer science, mechanical, okay, they will come and they will become a part of the English department. And we already have our major students, so there will be a lot of hobnobbing between different disciplines, and this hobnobbing will allow peer learning. So it's a good way to learn from your peers. So this is what I have been telling since the beginning, and let me again repeat myself by saying that at SRM we do not follow anything like unidirectional flow of knowledge. That is, the knowledge is not coming down from the teacher. Okay, it is, we are trying, students are trying to acquire knowledge from all the sources, from all the directions. It's like what Mahatma Gandhi used to say. Mahatma Gandhi, the father of the nation, used to say that let knowledge come from all directions. We follow the same philosophy here. Okay, so students, if they end up doing a minor, they will end up learning from their peers who are coming from different disciplines. Okay, now the second thing which students will get out of doing either the major courses or the minor courses, they will get a chance to be a part of an immersive environment. So the learning here is extremely immersive. Let me explain this point a little bit by focusing on one particular course and answering one more question, that is, how do we teach literature at SRM? So I'm giving an example from one course which I have taught, and this course is called Modern Indian Theatre. Now, if you look at any traditional university in India, theatre for all the teachers there and for all the students is nothing more than a novel. What the students are supposed to do, they are supposed to read a novel, which is a theater text, and they have to go to the class and discuss this play text or a drama text as if it is a novel. What we do at SRM, we do not force a student to see a theater as a novel. What we encourage our students to do, we encourage them to produce this theater into a live performance. So we invite them, we inspire them to transform page to stage. That is what we end up doing it. And how do we do it? The simple way around it is this, that our assignments are based in such a way. So rather than asking the students to write long form answers or asking them to submit written assignments, we say that if you end up doing modern Indian theater, you have to do one project, and this project is a production project. So let's say in modern Indian theater, there are 5 units. In each unit, we end up doing, let's say, one theater piece. So students towards the end of the semester has to choose one theater piece, and they have to produce it. So we have an auditorium and we have a theater club. I will talk a little bit about theater club, okay, a little bit later. And this is what the students will end up doing. Either they can become a part of theater club and produce this play which they have chosen from the syllabus of modern Indian theater, or the group mates, the people who are in modern Indian theater class, they can produce their own autonomous play and perform it in front of the teachers of the English department or in front of the entire university. It is their choice to decide. Okay, so having said that, what I will do now, I will stop for a second and I will invite one of my students, Lasya, to say a little bit about what she thinks is a minor course and how this course influence her, or how this course help her to grow, because she is a minor student and last semester she ended up doing one course with us, and this course is called World Literature. Lasya, over to you.
Hello everyone, my name is Lasya and I am currently pursuing my computer science engineering at SRM University Amravati. I'm a part of this university because I'm fascinated by the wide range of opportunities offered here. It helped me to pursue my interests along with my regular academics. Despite being a computer science student, I chose to take up course because it helped me to improve my speaking and writing skills. I chose world literature to be my first course. World literature deals about the study of various literature works all around the world. It is all about how things came into light, challenging its previous principles. It is a common discourse that consists of the history of various nations and about the amendments in the journey that made them embellished today. It gives voice to articulate the hidden glories of the voiceless. Studying literature helps to discover a new version of yourself. It encourages us to unveil our creativity. It is an opportunity to get to introduce to the cultures of other nations. In this course, we have explored many texts from America to Australia, analyzed them, and discussed our opinion on it. I have gained a lot from this course. I have experienced a great difference in the way I analyze and the way I articulate. The change is that I began to place myself in other shoes before I start making statements. This course enabled me to consider various perceptions and then analyze them, which enhanced my decision making too. Finally, I would say that SRM University has set up a great platform for young students like us to pursue our interests and exhibit our hidden talents. Thank you.
Thank you, Lasya. Okay, let me continue. And now what I will do, I will end up talking a little bit about two SRM clubs. One is a theater club and second is a Toastmasters club. So we at SRM understand that students learn more through immersion, and thus we have two clubs to offer immersive environment to the students. And I have already mentioned the name of these clubs, Theatre Club and the Toastmasters Club. So these clubs are also the springboards to allow students to far transfer their knowledge and sharpen their skill sets. I'm a faculty coordinator for both these clubs. Now, rather than speaking more about these clubs, what I will do, I will invite student presidents of both these clubs to underline the contribution of these clubs. So first I will invite the student president of Theatre Club. Her name is Lavanya. Lavanya, over to you.
Thank you, sir. Hello, everyone. My name is Lavanya. Basically, when we come across the word theatre, most of us think that it is all about acting, but it is not about it. It is like it is expressing yourself. Not only that, it gives you different perspective of life. The way we observe ourselves is different when we become someone else. Theatre is a form of art and a small start for a big change in the society. It is also a support for guiding the people that drifted away from truth. We show the other side of truth by enacting it. Theatre helps us to express our views, which doesn't mean that we can change a person, but we can change their view or thinking by our act. This is not only a place where we act, but it is also a place which helps us to adopt leadership qualities, build our team spirit, cope up with things, and so on. Not only that, this is a place where we can show things how transparent the world is. What every person sees is only one side of the truth that is better. We even show the dark side of it. Though we are in the modern era, we still have some social demons haunting till date. On the basis of this, we have done a gender biasing sketch, which is known as social virus. Theatre is a wonderful place to interact with people, especially with society. We bring awareness among people about the past, present, and future. Thank you.
Thank you, Lavanya. Now I would like to invite the president, student president for Toastmasters Club. Over to you, Adam.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Prateek, sir. So, good afternoon to you all. I'm Adam, and I'm speaking on behalf of the Toastmasters Club. So, as we've all come to know what communication is and the basic facets that bring about a good communicator, you realize that being a good communicator needs a lot of practice. And like Prateek already mentioned, SRM is out to make an individual to be able to perform well when it comes to the real world. So a simulation of the real world is given when it comes to Toastmasters, where you are given the opportunity to use your colleagues who are also there to learn as a, as a learning place. Now, when it comes to public speaking, we all know that sometimes it's difficult to get your ideas across, especially when it comes to giving representation of data figures, and facts, because our human ability or innate ability as humans is that we learn through stories. So when you come to Toastmasters and theater club, as my sister mentioned, you are given the opportunity to fabricate stories from facts and figures. So this alone will enable you to reach out to a broader community where facts and figures might not convey the message to the audience. Next on this benefits of Toastmasters is your ability to analyze and share your ideas. So listening is very essential. It's easy to talk, but sometimes it's not easy to pay attention to what others are saying. So when you come to Toastmasters Club, you don't only speak, you listen and analyze uh, each speaker and give positive feedback that is in the form of motivation. So we also have leadership and self-development programs in Toastmasters, which make sure that you track your progress. So meaning that one step forward is also measured along the way. So in this case, Toastmasters does not only serve as a platform to enable you to enhance your leadership skills, it also makes you measure your progress in order to make sure that you build that confidence that I just mentioned at the beginning. So in all, I think Toastmasters Club, Theater Club, and Communication English goes together. And if you are able to mix or bring these things together, I think your life as a literature student will be amazing, and it will bring out the greatness that lies within you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Adam. So you have already heard some of the participants, some of the presidents of either students who are in the minor course or who are the presidents of these two clubs. So let me also add few more things. I ended up saying a little bit about it earlier. So not only we have clubs, but we continuously do events. So for example, there is an event like Literary Fest, which we ended up doing last year, where we invited popular writers and theater activists. Students get a chance to interact with students from other universities when we are doing a literary fest. And this also helps in broadening their knowledge base. So what I have been saying all this while is that we keep the students active in one way or the other. We want them to break out of that small shell which they have been living and we expose them to the outside world. Okay, so let me come to the second event which we planned last semester. Okay, and this is called SRM Climate Strike. This is the one of its kind, a very unique event. It hasn't happened in many universities in India. At English department, we make it a point that we interact with the contemporary world and its issues. One such interaction happened when students of communicative English decided to support the global climate strike movement. This is in solidarity with Greta Thunberg and many other climate activists. So I have one organizer. His name is Sai Krishna. He is a student here at SRM who played a crucial role in this climate strike, and I would like him to say a few words about the climate strike. Sai Krishna, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Hello, all. I'm Sai Krishna, an undergrad at SRM Amravati. I'm pursuing a minor degree with English department. During my first semester in SRM, I had a course called Communicative English. The best part of the course was that I got an opportunity to apply the skill set I learned during the course. SRM has encouraged me and my peers to be a part of the climate strike that was going on around the world in the month of September 2019. We have showcased how the nature's wealth is depleting through various speeches, presentations, and articulated songs. We brought nature to life by enacting a drama that clearly depicts how human activities and its effects on Mother Earth. SRM helped us to be a part of eco-criticism, which is a study of relationship between literature, and the physical environment around us. With the help of communicative English course, we were able to understand and present the complex interaction between the environment and the human culture, and how the human culture is connected to the physical world, affecting it and affected by it. SRM Amravati is not just about learning. It is about learning how to effectively apply our learned skills into the real life. Thank you, sir. Thank you, one
Thank
and
you,
all.
Sai Krishna. Okay, let me come to one of the next slide, and this is one of the things which often is sought after. Okay, so what have we achieved? When I say we, I'm thinking about the students, and I'm thinking about the students who are associated with either of these clubs, minor students, major students. So this is what we have accomplished. I have mentioned only the 5 recent ones. Okay, and we have done it in last couple of years. As you understand that SRM University Amravati is a new start. Okay, so 2 English major students did a communicative English internship with SRM University, Minerva University. So we had this collaboration with one American university, and the name of that American university is Minerva. Other than that, one English major student did a month-long writing internship with Annpurna Studios. Okay, this internship deals with he helped them in writing scenes of some of the major movies. Okay, one English major student participated in the 2-week leadership program at Cape Cod, United States. And then the members of the theater club won the first prize at the Tech Fest, SRM University. So last year, this is what they accomplished. So yeah, so we are doing quite good in that sense. Okay, and then finally, few communicative English students are working as bloggers and content writers. This is what I have been harping since the beginning, that if you end up doing your English major, or if you end up doing minor, you have a lot of options. Like you can be bloggers, you can be content writers, you can be teachers, you can be professors. Okay, and again, you have to understand one thing, that English department is the backbone of many departments, all all over the world, if you really look at it closely. Because if you are applying for to study abroad, you need to write an application, and this application has to be written in English. Okay, so how do you write these applications without the help of English? Because everywhere you are writing it in English, because English has become the lingua franca of the world. Okay, and some of these students have also written screenplays and plan to submit it to the industry for financial grants. Okay, so let me sum up by saying only 2 or 3 things. That what I said in the beginning, that here at SRM we follow active learning, and we employ active learning through 3 means. First means is that the flow of the knowledge is not unidirectional. It is not only from the teacher to student, but from peers to students, from books to student, from theater club to student, from Toastmasters to student, and from different sources. That is the first thing which we follow. Okay, so a student here at SRM University does not play a second fiddle. He is the main character. He is on the stage all the time. That is what you have to understand. That, you know, often it is believed that in some universities the education is not student centric, but here at SRM the education is student centric. That is the first thing. Second, our environment is extremely immersive. We allow you to immerse yourself in various things, and in the process you will learn more. That is what we believe. And the third thing is that we believe in far transfer of knowledge. Not only we teach you theory in the class, for example, in theater club, in the modern Indian theater class, we are not only teaching you theory, but we are also inspiring you to apply this theory, to transfer this knowledge to a real life scenario, whether that real life scenario is a theater club, or when theater club is going outside the university to participate in some competition in some other university. So we encourage you to do all those things. So I would like to finish with a quote from Samuel Beckett, that ever tried, ever failed, no matter. Try again, fail better. The Department of English at SRM prepares you to succeed in life by giving you a chance to fail in homegrown simulations of real world activities like theater club and Toastmasters club. So you fail here in the university, but outside, when in theater club activities, maybe you are not able to do good, but when you will go outside, you will do wonders. That is what we believe. For the above mentioned reasons, I would argue that SRM University is the right place to study literature. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I think so. That's the end of. So that's the query we have received from Apurva, and I think so. You can you may address this one. So first query is: do we have liberal arts curriculum?
Okay. Yeah, Apurva. Apurva, yes. So at SRM Amravati, we have two schools. One is called SLABS, School of Liberal Arts and Basic Sciences. So yes, we have a full, fully chalked out liberal arts curriculum. To answer your question.
Yes. Yeah. So the next question he's asking, so he just want to inquiring about what are the courses we are offering under BA honor, and if what are the courses and what are the process for taking admission. So that I will take care, sir. I just want your help in that, sir, addressing question. What are the courses we are offering, and how we can go ahead.
Okay, so I mentioned some of these courses. Okay, these are some of the courses which we are offering next semester. Every semester courses will change because faculty members based on their research areas float different courses. So next semester, these are some of the courses, and you have an option to decide which course you would like to take. So we follow a curriculum where students have this flexibility to decide which course they would like to take in a particular semester and which course they would like to take it in a different semester. So I mean, you can decide world literature, screenwriting, it's up to you. So you can decide. So these are some of the courses which we are floating next semester.
Okay, the next question he is asking, sir, what are the majors and minors we can take from other courses or within the courses?
Okay.
In the sense in the English and beside English, what are the courses available to him?
Okay, so answering that question, I would like to mention only one thing, that different departments decide which minors what courses will be a part of a minor. So for example, if you really look at it here, in English department, we offer 3 minors. Okay, now in minor in writing, we have 5 courses which we have underlined. We will say that these are the 5 courses which the students have to take so that they end up getting a minor in writing. In the same way, since I am not from science department, okay, and you ended up asking me something about science, in the same way, for example, mechanical department has, if you want to do, let's say, a minor in robotics, okay, they have already underlined 6 courses or 5 courses, and they say that if you end up doing these 5 courses, then you will get a minor certificate by the end of 3 years or 4 years, depending on what kind of undergraduate you are doing. So that is what will happen. So here so this is one of the ways how you end up getting a minor, either in English or in any other subject.
Yeah, the next question is from the Purva only. He is asking, sir, do we need to we have to choose major or minor at the time of the admission, or after 1 year he can opt for the other courses also?
Okay, so Apurva, when you take admission, right, you decide on what is the major is, the subject in which you would like to do your undergraduate. So for example, we have some students here in the beginning when they were taking admission, they decided that they would like to be in computer science. So for them, computer science is their major. So in the same way, if you want to do your BA honors in English, so for you, English is your major. Minor, you have to decide after 1 year. You are right when you are asking me that. So first year, you enjoy your major in whatever subject. Once you feel settled, now, for example, you are doing your major in English and you feel settled after 1 year. Let's say now you want to do your minor in computer science. So you can apply for minor in computer science. That is what. So for first year, you don't have to do anything as far as the minor is concerned. You just have to focus on your major.
Okay. So regarding, there is one query which I will address, sir, because this relates to the admission process and all those things. So the question is, what is the last date to apply for the admission, and what are the process for applying to SRM Andhra Pradesh? So the process, Apurva, the process is, you have to visit our website, srmap.edu.in. Okay, and there you can go to the liberal arts section where you will select the courses as per your requirement, as per your choices. Just like if you are interested for the BA honors English, just select that course, register yourself. You will get a verification email from our side. Just verify your email, and then you can start your application. Once completing the application, you have to pay 1100, which is the application fee, and then we will shortlist all the applicants who have applied, and we will invite you for the written test. Okay, after the written test, and most of the I think so this year written test will be on online mode, and even after written test, after 2-3 day gap, we will invite you for the digital interview, and after all this process, we will call you for the counseling. This is the overall process.
So are you saying there are 3 steps? First of all, they have to apply online, and then they
Yes, sir.
have to take some online tests, and
Written
then
test.
there will be a digital test, and finally there will be
Yeah.
counseling, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So I hope it makes sense to you, Apurva.
There one more courses, I think so. Shravya, see, are the minor courses compulsory, sir?
No, they are not compulsory. In fact, there is also a restriction. Department wise, there is a restriction. How many minor courses can be run? Okay, so it's up to you whether you would like to take a minor course or not. So if you think that after finishing your first year, you think that you are not ready to take a minor course in second year, then you can always say no to minor course. So you have this option. Some students do not take any minor course, so they enjoy their major course throughout their undergraduate, and that is what they end up doing it. So if you want to do a minor course, what I am saying is that you have an option. We are giving you options. It is up to you to decide whether you would like to embrace some of these options or you don't want to do it.
This is the one question, sir. What are the syllabus for the test? I think so. For the written test, I am presumably, I am assuming you're asking Aman. Uh, uh, Aman, I what will say that this question, written test or the interview is not about measuring or checking your skill set altogether. It's more about just whether you are able to speak, whether you are have basic foundation courses, a foundation skill set which require course wide. Just like for the English, there's some skill set which which is a prerequisite, I will say. So otherwise it's very hard for to move from because there are a lot of a skill gap still from coming from a 12th to directly to going for the undergraduate. So just we will just measure those gaps and just check those gaps in the written test and the interview process, and faculty will personally check all those things. So what it happened, how it help us to know each of all each participant, and accordingly design the curriculum. Just suppose some what happens, we have found there are a lot of gap in between, just like grammar or something, right? So we focus, we add
Mr. Raj, I can't hear you now. Okay, others can hear me? Who can hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Oh, you can hear.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So yeah, just to add to what Mr. Raj was saying is that these tests help the teacher or the management or the school to personalize courses. Okay, so we have that option here at SRM, that in first year, if you are weak in language, you can take more language courses and less literature courses. This option is there. So that is the reason why those tests, so that we can see where you are having a lacuna and we can attend to that problem very early on, so that by the time you finish your undergraduate, you are all ready to, to take this world by horns. That is what will happen. Anybody having any other question? Because I don't see Mr. Raj here, so I'm not very sure whether if you, and I can't see your questions if you are writing them down. Unfortunately, I can't see that.
Yeah, sorry, sir. Actually, my internet, there's some data fluctuation.
Okay,
So
no problem at all. You are
sorry,
back.
sorry for this data.
I have
So
already
what
answered.
I'm saying, yeah, okay. Thanks, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
There's one more question has come up from the Sravya. He's asking how many semester we have for the English major, sir.
So one is you end up doing your BA in English, which is 3 years. Okay, but if you want to do it for 4 years, then you get an honors. So if let's say you want to do a major plus a minor, for minor, as I said in the beginning, you need 20 extra credits. Okay, and each course is a SLAPS course is of 4 credits and a CES course is of 3 credits. So if you are doing your minors in SLAPS, let's say you are an English major and you want to do your minor in history, and if each history course is of 4 credits, which means you have to do 5 courses in the history department. But if you are doing your minor in science where each course is of 3 credits, you have to do 6 courses. That is what you have to remember. Okay, 6 or more courses depending on how it goes. That is how it will be. Okay. Okay. So 3 plus 1.
Okay. So I will request one thing, sir. Just share the PPT with me also. So what I will do, I will share the same PPT to all the participants and those who have registered and missed the webinar. So that in future, if they want, they can refer anytime, any day, and they can take the decision, accordingly. So
yeah, sure.
with that, most we are going to end the session. Almost it's 4:45, which is the design time. So decided time. So thank you, sir, for devoting time, and thank you, students. It's very precious time for all of you to come down to and share your story beside how the life of is going on at SRM. We will miss most probably in future we will meet once again. Let's hope for the new normal is new quotation now coming up, new normal. Once it becomes normal and the situation gets stabilized, we will meet you soon. Thanks to all of you.
And new normal with new students. That is what I hope. And again, there is one more thing I would like to say to the attendees is that if you have some questions, if you have some doubts, feel free to write to us. Okay, we are extremely approachable, so do not think twice that how can I write an email to this guy or to that professor or whatever. Feel free to write. We will be very happy to answer all your questions.
Yeah, just to add on those things, in at SRM Amravati or Andhra Pradesh, we generally do not say faculty or teacher. We say as a facilitator or a mentor, because and we have the infrastructure of the SRM is very different. We name it as open door. So if you have any problem, any query regarding your course or your career, you can directly approach to any faculty or any facilitator as per your requirement. So it's very
Mr.
open.
Raj, can I finish the session by saying one more thing, just to add to what you said? Mr. Raj ended up saying that we are approachable, and in reality at SRM we are a community. Every teacher knows every student, that sort of a thing. And I just to give you an example of it, how close we are and how close knitted our relationship is with the students. Yesterday I had a chat with one of my students and I wanted her to come up with one picture which I can use for today's presentation. She sat in the afternoon outside her house for almost 5 hours to get this picture. You can see the picture, all of you can see this one. Okay, and this is not a Photoshop picture. She waited for the right light to be there, so you can understand that how close we are. When a student asks, or when a teacher asks, or we are always there at their disposal. We are there to help them out. So feel free. That is what I am trying to say, that feel free. And the name of this student is Sadvika, and she is in computer science. Yeah.
So it is, in generally it's said, it's a process of learning. How, and at the end of the 3 years, you have to enjoy the learning. It's all about the process. Just don't worry about the end. What you will be. Just be the under guidance or mentorship of these teacher or mentor, and you will definitely succeed, get success in future. There's nothing to the process should be the correct, journey should be you should enjoy the journey, not the goal which you have.
I
So
totally agree with you.
thanks to all of you, sir. Thanks, sir, for the
Yeah,
time.
thank you, all my co-participants. Thank you for coming and sharing your knowledge with the other participants here. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.